Today, EHN Extra is talking to Alan Higgins. And this is quite historic because this is the first time that a chair of the CH has been interviewed on film, so good luck. Are you excited about being chair?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting year. It's something I've wanted to do. I was president 3 years ago, and generally the process is you become chair and then later on you become president, so I've done it the wrong way round.
What do you think are going to be the most important themes for you of the year?
I think changing the governance of the Institute, looking at how we actually manage the process, the role of trustees, etc. The management restructure that has taken place within CIH, just making sure that beds down. Membership is another key issue. Promoting that to the new level of members who could be eligible for voting membership is going to be a major issue.
That's potentially quite exciting, isn't it?
It's very exciting. I think that to me is something I've wanted to see for quite a long time, and seeing those things coming to fruition now in my year as chair is really very good.
It must be tough now to be working in local government with the prospect of various cuts. What do you think the main themes are for practitioners who work in council?
I think that we've actually got to be far more flexible about the way we work in future. I can see that in spite of the fact that there will be significant cuts within local authorities, the actual working patterns for practitioners are going to expand. There'll be a lot more opportunities within the private sector, I think, particularly with some of the changes in the regulatory agenda that we're likely to see in the near future. And my view has always been that environmental health practitioners are very flexible individuals, and they can adapt to these new situations.
I suppose there was the traditional kind of view, we are the regulators, we're on the local authority side, we must not go on the other side of the divide. But that's breaking down now, isn't it?
I think it's totally breaking down. I think that what we'll see in future are many of our members working on the other side of the fence, if you like, providing auditing services, supporting private businesses, in a lot of ways helping the regulators to ensure that we do maintain good standards in what will be a very different regulatory environment.
Okay. You've been very active in the field of contaminated land, Alan, haven't you? It has to be said there have been problems with the regime itself, haven't there? With guidance, with soil guideline values, with technical data backing it up. You've played a role in pushing things along, Alan, haven't you?
I've chaired the Standing Conference on Contaminated Land for 10 years now. I've been involved in the development of the regime, sort of liaising with DEFRA and various other parties involved, and certainly the current problems or the issues that I'm not sure they have been resolved, but DEFRA feel they've been resolved, that have been discussed over the last 4 or 5 years. I've had an involvement in that. So yes, I feel I've contributed to the current situation.
What's the thing in your career, do you think, the single thing you're proudest of?
There were any number of issues that I pushed through whilst I was within Portsmouth. I think certainly the employment setup that I established I think was quite significant and quite different from what you see in other environmental health.
Was this the community program?
Yeah, exactly.
How many people went through it, would you think, Alan?
Oh, good grief. Hundreds.
Hundreds of people?
Yeah, hundreds. I mean, at one time we were employing about 200 people. Okay. And you know, there was quite a high turnover because
these people had been unemployed then?
These were people who'd been unemployed. And we were using them on environmental services, improving sort of green science, etc. Doing a bit of.
Do you think it made a difference to the physical appearance of Portsmouth?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Improved it significantly.